don't hear them anymore. Oh, thank goodness. Seagulls. So fun. Anyway, going back to Pokemon Violet. My cold open is to have context. Woke up, went up the stairs, went to make my breakfast, walked into the living room, and I could just hear. Okay, now I've lost all the viewers. Of seagulls. They managed to get into a neighbour's bin by looks of things, as they were swarming over a whole bunch of spoiled tomatoes, not potatoes, tomatoes. So, welcome! Last time we did stuff, we did Tulip. When I phrase it like that, I deserve all the pain in the world. Right now, we are standing in North Province Area 2. Specifically this part of it, because the other part's a little bit harder to get to without the ability to wall climb, as I was trying to see what we could possibly find as some form of additional help for the rest of the fights in the game, i.e. fairy, fighting, and ice. And then all of the Elite Four stuff, and obviously all the other fights that exist. Issue is, I'm looking around and all I can find is not much. Similarly, the North Sea, we've yet to actually get an encounter in, partly because I have to make my way to the North Sea. So, yeah, you know. Actually, we could probably make our way there through Area 1. Ugh, pardon me. So, we're currently standing around in Area 2, but as you can tell, I have yet to actually make an encounter. There is Passimian. No, 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 no. Bad Passimian. Bad. Hey, look. Among Us. And obviously Fungus, which is Ludicrous. So we can run into them without any issues. Ah, shit. I went too close to the fighting base. There are you, Clive. This is to do with the fact that we've got 2 things left. Oh yeah, Cassiopeia can't be trusted. It's good that we're able to take them out. Right. Well, anyway, that is our 2 base scene, thankfully. So we can't. I'm not going to go any further. That is a load of Bishops. I'm going to take this leap approach. Bishop would be horrible against fighting types. 4 times weak, in fact. We are seeing this bug. See, for fighting, Cypher probably might not be a bad idea. Heracross as well, because, well, actually we already have Heracross, because of their bug typing, puts them good against fighting. The Dilemma's Dilemma. Ah, Miss Magius can be found in the world here. We already have a Miss Magius, however, so Miss Magius even, if I want to say it right. There are times I just say names wrong, and I'll accept that. I accept that of myself. If I head over this way, we'll encounter a outbreak of Venomoth. Venomoth against a fighting type person might not be a bad shout. But it's a Venomoth, they're relatively weak and powerless, but they do get access to Psychic. A Psychic move, which is good against the damn Fangled fighting type. It's a thought process that we just have to figure out, you know? Now, thankfully, we can Scarper out of the area, back into Area 1. Where these bloody Hawluchas. I don't mind Hawlucha. For the record, I like Hawlucha. I think Hawlucha is a good Pokemon. It's just annoying that we encountered one, you know? So anyway, I'm going to head to the North Pad and see if we can find something different sea-wise. If I say sea one too many more times, I'm going to start I'm going to start hearing it in the form of TF2 characters again. And that's not going to be fun. Oh look, a Hill Ball. Our first instance of getting a Hill Ball. A literal... Speaking of T-Fortress 2, that is... A Hill Ball is a side grade. It's the same as a standard Pokeball. But it heals the Pokemon immediately. But what else heals the Pokemon immediately is it being in your box. And since it'll be in your box, you're more likely going to randomly heal before that anyway. Whether it heals in your box or not. Some games do, some games don't. So it really is just a waste of time using a heal ball. Just use a normal Pokeball unless you're trying to be a bit funky with what there is. And Sword Stance. Big Sword Stance on any physical attacker or any Pokemon that can do physical attacks quite well is quite useful. Because it just means that they'll do even better. And we love doing even better. Boing. Hey look, it's some mountain goats. Wow, 5, how useful. I think I've said that every single bloody Nuzlocke. The moment you get over 5, just wow. Over 5. No. How are we meant to recover from finding an item that's useless, you know? Brick Break! Yay! We will like Brick Break. Brick Break's a good move. It's a decent powered fighting maneuver that you're not always going to have your hands on. Huh. What's this pile of sand with some not sand? I think they call this an island. There's even someone here. So free. Well, yeah, they've chosen to be in this sort of area. It's going to be rather free because it's not exactly easy to get out of this area. You! You are the full form of the menace. I want to find some Ringos to murder, just as revenge for getting a headache from those bloody seagulls. Note to self: don't play Gen 3 anytime soon. Anyway, sword power, boo. Kilowatt dupes. Level 65 Electros. Yeah, that'll do it. I'm just gonna refrain from that then. While we're here in the North Pantheon Sea, there's a little pocket of sand over here. I think there's a name for that sort of thing. I wonder if it... Oh. It does count as Area 1. Okay, so these Pokemon here don't count. Okay, cool. Calm Mind. We stick Calm Mind on any of our Pokemon that we want to be able to do special sweeping with and tanking special attacks with. And they'll be able to utilise it quite well. Dynamos. Look at them, they're so tiny. That's why they're Dynamo. I'm having fun. Actually, you know what? I'm surrounded by fish. I should probably just double check. Yeah, I got Masquerada makes sense. Did I actually change the thumbnail? Actually, I'm curious. I did. Okay, good. I put Masquerada in gay cat jail. A box. Whoa! It's a collection of Pokemon. They're all here to marvel at the Electros being tethered. They're tabling the committee, and the table is an Avalon. I mean, it makes sense. Like, my logic makes sense, right? It has to, because otherwise my logic doesn't make sense, and then I'm bad and horrible and should die horribly. Okay, well, while I think of bad things to happen to me, I finally found. So my computer has RGB. I didn't realise that there's a button that turns on the RGB. I have found out that there's different colours it can do. And even different modes of how the lights work. I figured that out. So now, at the end of Pride Month, my computer can be gay. Hooray! Much better than a straight computer, after all. Can computers feel love? Damn it, Chris, stop making the computer work. There's also another thing you could say. Okay, all silliness aside, if we move far close enough, we'll be in the, not the sea. Yeah, that's right, that's not the sea over there. A crunch TM. That was a freeze up for a second there. Game. Okay. Is my Switch about to just collapse in a heap? I hope not. I can't afford a new Switch. And not only that, I can't afford a Switch 2 right now, so, damn computer. Yeah, this is not Performance Area 1, so... Again, this won't count for encounters while I'm in the area, but... Ooh, Ice Beam! Yes, dragons have no chance against me now. All I need to do is just attach Ice Beam onto a Pokemon that can learn it, and it just murders dragons and flying types. Flying and dragon die. And we get to celebrate. Celebration time's come on. Right, okay, we need to make an encounter in the sea. That ideally isn't going to bite me in the ass. Like a Clauncher would bite me in the ass a little bit because I have no idea how Clauncher works. As a Pokemon, I've never used them. So maybe it's worthwhile. Also, I need to stop stalling. We need to actually grind Dokapon up so we have more options for the fighting in the ice gym. I just have to, you know, not there really is not much fish-wise, is there? I mean, we could go for the zero weakness Electros line. No! Breezel! Why? I'm finally like, oh, you know what? We could go for this. And then the game has to fuck me. It has to fuck me up the arse. I don't even know if I can hit it with anything. Oh, we have a Quick Ball. For a Quick Ball then. Oh. A Breezel does not help us in the slightest. I mean, okay, it's a water type. Waters are useful. Water types are always fine. They always are. They are decent Pokemon unless you're facing an electric or a grass type. Speaking of electric type, that we literally went by. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Both the past 2 encounters have been out of my control. And I'm surrounded! At least this one's a Dynamo. We'll just Night Slash it. Because the thing is, with the Dynamo line, at the end of the day, it has no weaknesses because it's pure electric with Levitate. It would have been useful. It would have been absolutely useful against any ground type, and it would still be able to do a good job against the number of stuff because electric is decent enough for it. I'm gonna put the voltage too hot now. I'm gonna Night Slash it because at least there's no performance area 2 and area 3 if we can get into area 3. Oh, God. There's still areas. We still have areas that we can get encounters in because we can't go to the area 0 yet. I want to see, actually, I might want my Pokemon to be a little bit higher level possibly, but once we've got all badges, I want to check to see what a certain area counts as, because there might be a little encounter we can do. If I'm in an area I think might be able to count, might not, I don't know yet. I am taking out my frustrations. Masquerada is great for that purpose. Future Sight is a baffling move. See, it is 120 power, but it takes 2 turns after it's used. So your opponent gets 3 turns to do basically whatever the fuck they want. Which isn't helpful. I'm gonna... No? At least not at the moment. I think Extrasensory just is, the more immediacy of it is just better. Obviously Psychic would be 100% better than Extrasensory because that's just 10 additional power. Put away. Oh, one of the stakes is literally just down here. Huh. I don't think there's any of the... I don't think we can encounter any of them. I think they're all in in areas we've caught stuff in already. Unless there's one in like, unless one of them's in like area 2 or 3 of the North provinces, then we could go for that one. I don't know. I've never caught them. I've never pulled out all the stakes. I think that's just... Imagine if you get Chiyu as your North Province Area 2. Oh, Chiyu is Chiyu is North Province Area 2. Chiyu could be encountered then. I mean, I would take it over getting attacked by Breezels. Does quite the stakes though. Yeah, that... Oh, he looks a Titan. Yeah, that's the only issue. It doesn't annoy that, of course. Yeah, that's an unfortunate side to it all. I don't know what all the stakes are. You know what? Planning for the stakes is not gonna be the best strategy, but maybe it might be better. Oh, hey, Psychic Fangs. It works like Bird Break, but it's a Psychic maneuver. And it's a biting move. Whee. So, you know. Why do those seagulls have to be so loud? Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, Hydro Cannon. Wait, why am I pressing that button? No, I'm going to the menu. I need to now check. Those are... Where did the game put them? Frenzy Plant is 150 base power, 90 AC. Attitude kind of lacks coverage. Doesn't really matter though when it stabs, kill everything because EOF. It's a high special attack and Beads of Ruin being a fair and balanced ability. See, I know what the Ruin abilities are. I've heard about them because competitive people being like, nah, to the ones that are more brutal to their teams. So these are all 150 base power special attacks of Grass, Water, and Fire. With 90 AC and 5 PP. And the user can't move on their next turn. So they're elemental variants of Hyper Beam. We can teach it to Empoleon. Interesting. And it's more powerful and it's more likely to hit than Hydro Pump is. That's actually kind of neat. You know what? The game's taught me something there. Well, with that whole idea, let's go over to Cerebi.net for a second and Hydro Cannon sucks because it's a recharge move. Yeah, that's the only downside to those moves I've noticed. Think what type of... Is it... So it's... Chiyu is... the one that has... Beads of Ruin. Lowest special defense. That by 25%. That actually is quite useful. Yeah, sadly with all of these Ruin Pokemon, it's the stakes. Well. Not something I can plan around, not something I can guarantee, but yeah, North Province Area 2. Where are the other ones in then? So Tinglu is in Suracat Trail. Where's Suracat Trail? Suracat Trail is... Oh, that's ever so helpful. And that map's ever so helpful as well. Thanks, game. I don't know what that means. But... Oh, is Suracat Trail the area above Castle Lake? A little bit, because... that would make a level of sense. So the maps are not helpful. Can find some stuff, which is not too bad. Because that gives us an access to a bunch of Pokemon. And apparently Tinglu. Tinglu, but yeah, Tinglu is dark ground. That's probably not a good idea. Chen Piao is in West Province Area 1. Yeah, that one's taken care of already. God damn it. And then Ro Qian is South Province Area 1. Yeah, that one's already done. So, we technically do have access to 2 of them. Funnily enough. Love how the only treasure of ruin that gets recovered is the frailest one. I mean, in a way, it gives it a bit better of, it gives it a bit more longer being able to be alive with it out when it comes to it, because you can use recover. But when you're using recover, you're not using another move. But if the Pokemon's not actually getting dealt much damage to it by any of your opponent's moves, then a recover can be a no, please, I want this fight to end kind of move. So I need to finish considering all my team options for Grusha. I need to maybe not think about stuff. Well, Chen and Tinglu with recovery sounds like a nightmare though. That does sound rather nightmarish. I was kind of hoping not to fall today. God damn it. Well, I'll land in the sea and then I'll teleport over to an area because, yeah, this is splosh. You know, fall from water from that height would probably still cause death just because that's how that works normally. So, North Province Area 3 is this small bit here we haven't been to yet. So, I'm assuming Swordcat Trail's like around here-ish then, because that's the only place I can think of it could be. And then Castlevania Lake is, of course, an area we haven't been to yet, and is where the Titan stuff is. Then I think that's it for areas outside of just straight up Area 0 and the Pokemon League area. But the Pokemon League area, I never see strong Pokemon there, so it's just not worth it. Wait, let's teleport over to like Monteferno for a moment, because that will just give me an area where we can just calm down and think this through. So, with Grusha, we have to deal with 4 Pokemon, 3 ice types, and then a dragon that becomes an ice type. You know, Dragon Flying's normal weakness, the ice being 4 times 1. Yeah, no, Altaria game, Terra Ice, that, yeah, thanks game. But they are all, pardon me, level 47 to 48. My team's a little bit lower than that. Outside of Bronzong, my beloved, and my cat, that is not the white type in the way, any way, shape or form. Dies to Frostmoth, dies to Beartick, dies to Cetitan. Outside of Liquidation, dies to Altaria. Machamp probably one-hit KOs everyone on Boost Team, you don't miss high jump kick. If you don't miss. Keyword there. But it's always good to have the team prepared for the event that a Pokemon doesn't do what it's meant to do. I.e., we need to swap Mousquabarda out for something that would probably be better suited for fighting it. At the same time, though, I kind of wished I got the fucking Electros line, Dynamo line, because at least then I could fucking tank the Earthquakes by levitating over it. Best things I've got to dealing with that sort of thing is maybe Hawlucha, but Hawlucha is a fighting type, which is not the good part. It's also flying type, the bad part. Hawlucha. It's got a good shiny, I'll say that, but 2 times weak to ice. Fighting doesn't help it. That's the thing. All my flying types are just not good because they don't help. I think Talonflames does to an extent, maybe help a little bit, but not good enough either. High jump kick does have 98. Yeah, just I know my luck sometimes. I do know my luck. 2 times weak to water and electric, but only 1 times to ice. So just try and sleep with Gyarados. Gyarados has the capabilities of... What does it die to? It dies to electric, but we won't be having to deal with any electric moves, thankfully. Where the bloody hell is it? There it is. It is neutral to ice, it's immune to the earthquake of the bear tick, and it assists all the water maneuvers. Gyarados? I call it on the whim being like, let's just get rid of the Magikarp account so we wouldn't have to deal with that in any of the other seed pits, but to be honest, actually Gyarados might be a good idea. It doesn't suffer to any of the moves other than just the general strength of any of the moves that happen to be hard hitting. Like, all I need to do really is just level it up and give it some good moves. And we have got XP Kelly large. They got it only to level 29. Huh. Waterfall, we'll take Conch over Bite. Rain Dance. Yeah, Rain Team. It's better than Splash. Aqua Tail. Night Power with Nightyak, but loses the opportunity to flinch. I'll have it. Why not? We'll use the small ones at Oakpon for the moment, because, you know. I've got 8 normal bear candies, so... Okay, where's a good high level Pokemon? See, that's actually why we've kept Masquerade on the team. Because there's been a number of Pokemon it's been real good to use. If we grind Haunters, then Bronzor will do a good job. Just does Lundra Dance at 36. Ah, level up. Stuff is always good. Now we can find Dreepies. Don't want to go back to the dens because it takes so long doing the dens. Well, Bronze Area 1 ends up probably being the best area for me to go and do this now at this point, I think. Just in a general sense of the high level. I can't get another encounter anyway. Though I'm probably going to have to swap what I've got up front. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. Bronzor will be out for a moment while Masquerade does its job in sweeping through Pokemon that we can encounter. Let's face it, beating up Lycanrocs here just makes sense. I can't believe it's not even been that long into the day and I can actually be like, lesson of the day to people who happen to live near me. Don't put food in your bins until it's a black bin day for bleeding hell's sake. The seagulls will get into them, the seagulls will eat them, and the seagulls will be loud buggers way too early in the morning. Trouble is, black bin days are every 3 weeks. And I think it's going to be another 2 weeks until that's coming. Giving Go just a plus defense nature. Mint off errors, I'm not sure though. So you can tank hits from the bear ticks tiny even better. Yeah, maybe brutal. Missed. Does help defense stats being lowered. That's about it. Nah. We'll opt for. Indeed. An excellent Pokemon for me to play. I realize when I say some things, it just sounds off sometimes. Hello, Floette. They're just making noise. I'd make noise too. Some strange person having to be nearby. Yeah, we could nip to any of the places. Back to Monteverno actually. Go to for that, please. Oh, they cost quite a bit of chances. I just pressed button. That was not the move I was thinking of using, but oh, it's not even the Grunt Pig. I accidentally hit one of the points. Oh. Wow. Grunt Pig. Be the actual one I'm hitting this time. So, yeah, I mean, getting one that would help Gyarados out would be probably rough. Ideally also so that it's not suffering on the attack side, since it's physically attacking. But yeah, level 36, that means Dragon Dance. Hooray, Dragon Dance is excellent, it's great, and it being on a Pokemon like Gyarados is just even better. We'll happily have it because it means that it does help offset the nature it has, while also being stronger overall, which will be useful. I'll sort out the stuff in the track. I just need my entire team to be at least 47. Also, Grish's Altaria has a shit ton of covered moves. Guess which one isn't weak to any of them? Hint it, launch Dragon Dance. Lovely stuff. So yes, Gyarados actually might be one of the best options. Yeah. Grisha has on Altaria Ice Beam to stop me from using a Dragon. Which, to be honest, why would I be using a Dragon? But I also stopped using a Flying type wholeheartedly, and Grass. Dragon Pulse means I can't just throw in anything that's weak to Dragon. Moonblast means anything that's bad against fairies is suddenly now no longer available. And Hurricane, just to really hammer it home that, no, you're not using a fighting type. Skitter Smack. A physical bug type maneuver with 90% accuracy on Tinkaton, hey? Have it over Walk Smash. It'll be more powerful. And, hey, bug coverage. I just got rid of the fighting move. As we're about to head to the... nice. No. We have Gigaton Hammer. Like, the only thing that will do with Tinkaton on the team is hit with a big, huge hammer. Wait, it knows D-Pulse? Yeah, pretty much every site I look at, it says Dragon Pulse. I could probably check, try and figure out which part it was I thought was... Wait, that's shiny! Ho 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 ho! What's this? Just corner of my eye! Corner of me eye, that one was! Well... Where did I put the shiny Shinx? Might as well put it on there. No, I put that. Okay, never mind. We'll put it, wait, where do we put the location bit? We'll put it, we'll put it there. That. Shiny, hey, shiny closes the thing. Indeed it is. I will happily take it. This is a shiny Faroon. So yes, Faroon. Right, so now to just, throw a ball at it. Firstly, we'll throw a ball, see how well we do with that. Yay! Immediate. Does get sub and is a steel type. Lovely stuff. Is it going to be a better steel type? Well, we'll need to maybe evolve it first. Which means... looking at its Pokédex entry in terms of what it gets and when it evolves. So, Faroon. Still poison. It evolves at level 40 and we got ours at a bit of a higher level. I don't have a nickname for it yet, but will happily think of one later. But okay, turns into poison. Okay. And I'm just gonna take a quick snap on my phone so I can show it off to people later. I should have maybe done that with Shanks, but let's face it. There we go. I have gotten okay, so for all of my bad luck that I get half the time, I've gotten incredibly lucky with shinies. Holy shit. This one has Overcoat, means it takes no damage from sandstorms. And am I going to be fighting a Pokemon that uses Sandstorm at this point? It's also protected from the effects of powders and spores. Haha, fuck you, Fungus. Amoongus. Other than that, it's currently just got your standard moveset for Still Poison, and it's sassy, meaning it's got special defense up and speed down. Learn shift gear when it falls. Cool. That's good. We'll probably have it on the... I'll add it to the party for a moment while we level it up once. Tinkaton is level 47, so is Empoleon. So yeah, we'll swap out Tinkaton for the moment while that's there. Clavel's Amoongus becomes self-bait. Yippee! Yes, he has Amoongus. I forget Clavel's team. Like, it's a good team, but then I forget some of the opponents. Like, yeah, he has an Amoongus with Spore and Toxic. He can't do shit on. He legit can't do much to a Weatherman actually. So that's really useful. We now have a really good Pokemon potential good Pokemon. Shouldn't make assumptions on the goodness, because that'd be bad. Anyways, Oakon's now learning Throat Chop, which, I mean, I'll have it. I'll have Throat Chop. Coverage, away. That also means I could swap out Musquad for having just Oakon on the team for beating up Psychics at this point, but I was about to say, ooh, Dawnstone! Do I have any Pokemon that would evolve by Dawnstone? But while I figure that one out, I've gone back up the mountain for the upteenth time. Yeah, approach life against that. Yeah, I would be. Yeah, Among Us is right. So let's head on over to Monteverna for a moment. A to heal. And B to check, see if 7 badges is enough for me to have my access to my mints that I would love to have. No, pardon me. Does Mawhidon even understand what motion sickness is? Or maybe it's just being in a car sickness. Cars are icky. Blech. You know, it's that sort of state of mind that really makes me think that I definitely... See, that is weird how much of my childhood I enjoyed watching things like Top Gear. Like, I actually was someone who enjoyed the car aspect of the car show. But woo, we have access to the mints. We want something that will benefit Gyarados in the defense stat, but also maybe something like Impish probably isn't a bad idea because we're not going to be using special attacks all too much. I'm going to go physical, so we'll do that. As for... I don't know if I want to do this with any other Pokemon at the moment, so we'll just leave it at that. We can pick up any mints that we desire in due time. So, yep, let's go to our bag. Let's... Where would it get put? I forget where the mints go. The mints are all the way upwards. There it is. Use this on Gyarados. Yes. With a room, but with a special defense increasing nature, probably. I mean, not a bad idea. Actually, hang on. Before I go back in there, I should probably double check. It is because I haven't actually. Should probably put it down on this thing. It has got a special defense increasing nature actually, because it's sassy. Yeah, speed down, but we can handle that. I don't think it's the fastest thing ever anyway. So, one thing I want to now do is just... Wait, I want to forget Swagger. That's a horrible move. Bad game. Otherwise, what does that have? Poison gas for poisoning, lick, smog, taunt, assurance. Assurance isn't too bad. Sludge, gyro ball. which we can utilize a lot better. Headbutt, Screech, Swagger. I'll have Headbutt, so we'll have that over Uproar, because Uproar's not going to do as much. And coverage will do. There we go. That's a little bit better of a moveset for now. Yeah. We will evolve it post haste. What am I doing? I have rare candies. There we go. And unlike the Shinx we've had since quite early on, we actually intend to use it. Hooray! But that means, ooh, it's shiny weather room. Ooh, look at its gold engine. Ooh. I actually, you know what, this is a good shiny. You know what, actually, this is a real good shiny. But game, you do know how to make good shinies still. And Shift Gear. A move that boosts the attack and sharply boosts the speed stat. We are speed down, so hey, that's not so bad. And we'll have Shift Gear over Headbutt. Headbutt's just decent. It does nothing more than just be an attack. So with that in mind, you know what? Let's take a look at some dens, because if we can get some large candies, that'd be useful. Basically, Mega Dragon Dance. Too bad Pokemon that get it are kind of mid. I'm assuming that the Clink line gets it, because it's got gear in the name. I have never used the Clink line, because I haven't had a reason to suddenly be using one. Even though it's been in multiple generations, and I can't use the excuse of, well, it's a Unovan Pokemon, that's probably only used in Unova. Yeah, Clink line does get the move. Yay, I'm correct. Woo. Oh, it's 3-star, but it's a bird. Can't bird really game? Oh, water will do. Why don't I ever get rid of that type calculator just to be quick on the ball? Water will ice will do. Gosh, what am I doing on this one? Gyarados Gaming. I'll use Gaston for this one. Yeah. Obviously, Gyarados would be useful as well. The game actually gives me good AI allies. I was about to say opponents, but you know what would have made the Battle Royale mode in Gen 7 better? If you could just do some against AI opponents more often than the ones. Oh, it got frozen! Hooray! Which means that Disciplin's Hex is going to do more damage. Hooray! I do ponder, is it frozen via the Gallade or via the Tri-Attack? Another time. Well, that's a Bufflet murdered. Two medium. Okay. You know, I think the shenanigans of fighting level 50 Pokemon actually is probably more efficient at this point, because it probably is quicker. Oh, hello, Cetatan. No, that's so cute. Just wandering up the mountain nearby. So, I need to beat the Titan. I need to beat the last Titan to get wall riding. Not wall riding, that I can't remember. Nice little graveyard. I should go back to murdering level 50 Pokemon. Because we need to get Gyarados and Nogapon up. At the minimum, that's what we need to do. At this point. So for all our efforts... so yeah, back to Area 1. Because I keep doing this. We need to go somewhere where we can easily murder then. Because doing the terror raids just isn't efficient. It's like how with the grind sessions on Final Fantasy 14. I would happily do more than just dungeons. Explain to me a more efficient way to level up Realm Reborn classes at the early points of the game without it needing me to be doing dungeons. Ooh, also we can match the tank. Also, this is a lovely angle, isn't it? It's just like you can barely see the actual fight. But behold, bear. We've murdered the bear. Right, come on, get to high. You know what? We could probably use some of those rare candies that we've got. We could probably use them a little bit, but it's trying to figure out the when and how and the usage of them. Leveling could give a few levels as well, but we're not out there. But it is nearer, but yeah, I want to get those two up. Ooh, hardly. 1 past 8. Okay, we're... Right, then. The annoyance is that his Pokemon... Sometimes, honestly, part of me just wanted to keep holding off because all I'm doing is leveling. And part of me's like, yeah, probably making progress. But I think this is the thing with Scarlet and Violet as a whole. This is a set of games where at the end of the day, recover. At the end of the day, it's a series of stuff where recover might be useful. At the end of the day though, Gen 9 and Legends Arceus before that, I think fall into the same hole for me where it's like, the ideal way of progression compared to other Pokemon games means that you are going to have to run around the open world, the semi-open world, a whole bunch, and then you just have to just consider that, hey, you know, it's different, and compared to every single other game in the series. So if you keep playing the previous games, then that's what you get. And it's like, oh, it's not my fault, I want to have fun with Pokemon. But no, I do have fun with it. I think we're just at this point where it's like, our Pokemon are to be level 50-ish, a whole bunch, and then we've got to jump up to the 60s. And it's like, that is harder than it looks. Because that's the thing, once we're done with like Brusha and Ortega and Eri hits the mid-50s, everything else is going to be late 50s into the 60s. Like, this is one of the highest amounts of level you need in a Pokemon game in the main story ever. And that's just because the end fights with people like Nimona, her Quaquaval to end the Victory Road storyline is level 66. 66! You're essentially getting your Pokemon to be... Oh, I just useless on Gyarados. 66. You are essentially going to be having your team be... Oh, okay, I was going to attack that as buffer, but this one decided to attack me instead. Fair enough. So it just ends up being that, you know what, we could probably, even then, we could probably start maybe making a move into Blueberry at that point, you know? Would I want Glassy Twain? I like the coverage now. Right, now to fight. This is Puffer. Let's put us over that way. Okay, hello various Pokemon I was not intending to be standing right next to. We're gonna watch Masquerade and all its gloriousness. I gotta say, I like the stars. They're good. They're good set of stars. They are. Yes, I would like to heal my team. Hello, Pokemon. I would like to buy. Do you sell Quick Balls by any chance? You do. There we go. That will just help us out for any potential encounters we have. Also, while we're here, sell these for 5s. All they'll do is just taunt me. Oh, why am I doing it like this? We can bulk sell. So, we are rich. Hurrah! Shame there's not much more clothing item-wise that I'd actually want on me. As the only other stuff we could possibly get is the Blueberry uniforms. Like once again, like if I have a team that's able to take on Lacey's team, then maybe I wouldn't be too worried. But I don't want to ruin the spirit of things, and hence Blueberry not available. Besides, we'd very quickly end up in a Carmine fight, and I'd rather not do that. Because I know my luck. Knowing my luck, I'll get too close to the Carmine fight, and my team will definitely then die. So, yeah. And all the Blueberry Pokemon are like level 70, so around the 70 ballpark practically, so it's solely a post-game sort of thing. Weather Room now wants to learn Uproar, but it already had Uproar! You already could have Uproar, you get! Learn moves that are useful! Damn you game. I'll murder this rock dog. Use your flower trick, Master Wilder. Maybe I'll stop calling you Gato at some point. I do that with names sometimes, but I just end up messing it up. Not intentionally. Like, Matthew Illard. I said Matthew Iliad. Like, I gave him additional eyes, apparently, and apparently that's just, that it's just, oh, your purpose is doing it. And it's like, I wasn't trying to. I said that as his name for a while now. No one corrected me on it. I think that's the worst thing, really. When someone is ending up being incorrect in a confident manner, kindly tell them that they're wrong. But in a way where they don't then get upset at you, obviously. But it's a real shame that there are people out there that really will, like, you have to baby them and just be, no, Precious, no, you're doing everything right. When it's like, no, we shouldn't baby them. That actually is probably the worst thing. Irrelevant right now, but if you know what you're doing, Miss Maggie, this is an auto win against the last team Starbase. Counterpoint Annihilate. Hey, a Cobra Berry. I could use that as a way to try and put a Pokemon in front of a bleeding Hurricane. I.e., not doing that, that'd be really bad. But, I mean, the Ghost typing helps against the fighting types. The Poison typing, no, it doesn't have Poison. I don't know what. Why do I think Miss Magius? Sorry. What type is it? Steel. Okay. Don't think I can go up. Go at. I don't know why I think Miss Magius is a poison type when it's not. It's pure ghost. I don't know why though. Okay, but the Annihilate Punch speeds you, and if you set up against the Toxicroak, since it spams Sucker Punch into you, since it sees a kill. So we would be able to, for the first 5 turns, set up on the Toxicroak multiple times over with Miss Magius, and it would just guarantee a sweep logic. I see the point to it. Oh yeah, it's Shadow Sneak. Huh. I forget Grime Lung Shadow Sneak. It's just something you just wouldn't think of. Does one come? Oh, right, this is a job for the Google. While we're hitting this flame charges. And it's going for Shadow Sneak because let's see what kind of time this Grimer is. I went into the letter. I also prefer getting the substitute up so that you don't get hit by a toxic. Not the dumbest idea actually. It has its sensibilities, so you can't catch that. Right, Miss Magius. Miss Magius learns everything via TM because it's whatever Mischievous could learn level up wise. Which did include Power Gem. So yeah, Miss Magius having Calm Mind would be useful. We do have a Calm Mind. I was just trying to think as to when I'd want to learn it on a Pokemon. Does it get substituted as a thing? Yes, so you can substitute it and then set up a bunch of Calm Minds. Okay, well that's an idea for the future then. I'm still in Area 1, right? Yeah, this is Area 1. Area 2 is over this way, and there's a bunch of stuff there, but I didn't want to. I guess I could use some of those rectangles now, actually. I want to focus on the guy because get them up. That'll be good. I did invent the ones like not super close to level up. Oh, they both just leveled up, didn't they? How many rectangles do I have in total, actually? I've got 7. Is there a cat here? Ugh. Maybe the seagulls have started attacking the cats now as well. Synthesis! It's a way of recovering health. But we have Horn Leech, which deals damage and heals. So I'll do that. I'll leave it like that for now. Right, let's see. How much can we get over onto 43 with what we've got? No. Damn it. I went wrong on that. Right, let's give Gyarados, so 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. And it wants to learn Hurricane. And it's a flying type move that is special. Ugh, what do you want? Time to Dozo Fire, I have a silly idea. Since Dozo is especially flail and gets hit hard by Intimidate, you could use T-Bolt Gyarados. Could. Right, let's hit something with a move so that, well, not some of these stuff. Then we'll go for the rare candies on Pokemon and see what I can do there. Because Ogermon's probably not going to be the best option due to its fast typing. It's not going to be useful with that, but... Or Grass Type Polion, which is probably bad since Polion's physically bulked again, but it's normal. True. But T-Bolt Gyarados is silly. That is rather silly. A bit Not as good as if, say, run a physical electric move, but, you know, it's a silly idea. At the end of the day, yeah, that's the those are aspects of the Tatsugiri stuff. I mean, Tatsugiri as a whole is weak to fairy, thankfully, and ice, so a good ice beam will do a good job. I picked up a rare candy. Hooray! That means I have 2 of... Oh no, wait, it was an XP Candy L, which means I have... No, to get to level 45, I hate you, sneaky ass buff for trying to kill me. Oh, you know what? Since it's after wants to fight, we'll fight it. Tatsugiri isn't weak to ice, it's quite weak to Freeze Strider. Oh yeah, because it's... ignore my ramblings, I forget Tatsugiri's typing is actually good against ice. It's just like it's dragon. The dragon aspect of it. Tatsugiri is dragon water, meaning that if we were to compare it to any Pokemon, it has Icy Wind, Dragon Pulse, and Muddy Water. So the Koa Special Ball will do lovely. As well as its typing being Water Dragon means, if you've ever fought Claire and Kingdra, it means that ice, while it's neutral, and so therefore still not a bad idea if you need it, at the end of the day, a fairy move or a dragon move will be much more better. It's basically a mini Palkia. That's it. Yeah. It's the same type as Palkia. It's the same type as Kingdra. Which means people have had time to learn exactly what sort of weaknesses it would have. Which, you know, it's nice that I do think that Water Dragon is a decent typing because it doesn't have the electric weakness that Water tends to have, nor does it have the ice weakness Dragon tends to have. Which is good. It does mean that it's still weak to Dragon, so a Dragon type move on a Pokemon that's not necessarily going to die to any of its moves, i.e. not a Dragon, isn't a bad idea either, or just pure fairy shenanigans. Right, okay, we have a level 60 Mouse Squada now. Let's remove it off the team for the time being, as that's not what we'll be using. Gyarados has its usage, but Medicham might be the better one to have up front. We'll figure this stuff out. Also, we'll get out of here because this will be death otherwise. We'll fly over to Glasado Mountain Gym because our team is roughly of level now. Although there's a part of me that doesn't want to start with. Oh, I need to sort my team out on here. Obviously, because Gyarados is there and Oakmon. So now we just need to decide who we start with. As it'll be beginning with the Frostmoth with its 4 times weakness to Fire and Rock. Meaning, Oakmon probably would be a good option overall-wise, either in Rock or Fire form. I kind of actually want... No. Let's make Oakmon really strong. No, you know, why not? Which means actually I might start with Oakmon. Hit Frostmoth with an Ivy Cudgel, it dies horribly. And all that. Because there's not much more I can theoretically do. Oh, Haunter. You know what, I'll happily hit a Haunter real quick. Oh, part of me was kind of hoping to level 47 real quick. I just think level 47 will probably be better than that. Obviously, we do have to deal with pathetic, but Gyarados happily handles that one a lot better. Comparatively, though we do have to be careful of the Icicle Crack. But Gyarados does outspeed. So we can definitely do at least some amount of Dragon Dance. Right, let's just quickly just a further Photoshop usages. Although Photoshop won't be all that all too useful, it's worthwhile. Then cetitan, just gotta be careful that it's ice. It's 130 base attack is brutal, but its rest of its stats are not necessarily. And then yeah, Altaria's Altaria. Altaria is going to probably hurt no matter what. And Nemona is here to hype us up. We're getting hyped. Obviously, Nemona is not... Obviously, Nemona, one half of the Hype Bros. Obviously, teaming with Mojo Rawley. Or maybe Sakurai. Well, teaming with either one of the two. And yes, Chelsea Queen. I can't keep your husband's name out of my mouth. It's fun. Anyways, to do the gym mission, first and foremost, which we've yet to do, we gotta do the snow slope one. So, anyways, that requires going down that way. There it is. There's the guy. Our task is to ride a Pokemon all the way down. How the fuck anyone does this without a good Pokemon? In a winter wonderland, there goes Santa Claus, da. You know what? As much as I hate it as well, sometimes there are just some songs that were made intended for people to listen to solely on Christmas that is just fun to listen to sometimes. We have a minute and a half to slide down as we solemn through these gates. You may be remiss to think that, honestly, with Jirinus and Miraidon here, if I overlaid the Cold Steel 2 snowboarding minigame, it would probably be more entertaining. Just specifically the side quest where you're chasing after those Willies, because they are giant bloody perverts. They were. Or maybe the Million Bomb event where you race her down the mountain. Either or. That was easy. Point is, I prefer the snowboarding in Cold Steel 2 as like a side thing that you end up doing at a point in the game. Except it's optional. Or, you know, I could have made an SSX reference because that's the only other fucking game I obviously have ever played. How was Steep a good game? Or was it your standard Ubisoft experience? Pardon me. Well, okay, here we go. Grusha, your days are numbered. I challenge ye. Getting all 8 badges will be lovely. Failure is failure. But a crowd has formed. As a Satoru! No! So happy. And along comes Grusha. You are correct. So while Grusha compliments us on doing a decent job, yeah, so there was definitely a spot here on my face, like yesterday, and the other day possibly even. It definitely burst at some point, because all I can feel now is a scab. I was thinking of calling it Karina, but I feel like that's a dead horse. I swear the clapping sometimes sounds like that, like a song from AI Nirvana. I haven't played it. I'm so sad that I will never play the AI games because they look good, because I've been spoiled on every single bloody twist, and not by choice. There have been times when I've spoiled myself on by choice, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look this up. Oh my god, a big spoiler. AI Somnifiles and AI Nirvana, I know everything to do about those games by force. Like, I got forced into knowing these things because of catchy songs and because of stupid fucking family. Wah! So I could Terror-type Ogerpon into Purifier, get rid of the grass bit altogether. We'll just go for the standard Ivy Cudgel because this is a 4 times effective bonk. See, now if we did allow Force Moth to live, it would Tailwind. Or at least it would be able to Tailwind. We didn't allow that. We stopped it. Flash is not a bad move on paper because 120 power and it hits everything besides ghosts, but you don't become confused and you are locked into it, so we'll not bother. Anyways, Beartic, which means Gyarados. We are swapping Gyarados in, we are lowering it. Flash is trash. That's a way to, it has a bit of a rhyme to it. Lovely stuff. Yeah, it's just on paper it sounds decent because of the power aspect to it. But you get locked into it, you get confused, and you can't hit ghosts. Like Outrage, at least is a dragon move. Rawr. Right, let's D-dance. We'll see how much an Ice Crash might do, because let's face it, it's the only move that's actually going to do anything. Or it might go for an Earthquake anyway and be an idiot. No, Ice Crash. Stop! Ow. Normal is bad. Yeah, normal is bad as an offensive type. It really is. Okay, we can take 2 Ice Crashes by looking, so we'll take another Drone Dance. So we're now at +2. It might go up for Jet just to try and guarantee a kill, so we'll heal. We have Max Potions, so... I'm sure there's some people out there that will be like, oh, stop using items. It's like, alright, fine, my Pokemon die while trying to set up so they can kill. Hey, we dodged the Icicle Crash! Hooray! Now the only issue is we don't really have a good move to hit it with. Because Pure Ice only assists Ice, so... So we just do whichever move we decide, really. I looked at the things. Oh, we don't kill with Aquatail yet? Okay, right. Well, I'll fire a Crunch because that'll be more accurate than 1 health it has. Okay, so that's good to know. We might want to Dragon Dance again. But Cetitan will stay in. It has hilariously low defenses, but its health is 170. So, well, base. So, that's weird. I'm going to heal because I'm bad at games. No, I'm not bad. It's just, you know what? We probably could have done with another D-Dance, possibly. I think that's why they're just barely living. But hey, we made our choices. We'll have to tell, because as long as we hit, we can win. Hooray! Right, we're 3 Pokemon down. It is now just the Altaria. Gyarados is doing its bleeding job, which is lovely. Which means we haven't had to use any backup strategies. Hooray! Oh, and we of course used Pokemon on the first one, on the Frostmoth, because that's just the sensible thing to do. In fact, one way I could have gone about boosting up stuff is Wayne, but seeing as it has Hurricane, probably best not to activate Wayne at all, to be fair. And of course, Terror Orb into Dragon. No, not into Dragon, into Ice. No, that would be brutal if it Terror types into like Dragon. That would be like, ah. In a way, that part of me would be maybe more interesting. Like a grass, like a Pokemon of the type normally, like Terrors into something that you just wouldn't expect it to. Ooh. Oh, we're confused. Oh no, confusion, and however much damage it can deal, we'll heal, and then we'll see, because we'll have to deal with the confusion. None of it is an outright kill, but it is all special. But we did dodge. Gyarados is dodging, holy, well, yeah, I'll protect, fuck it. We'll have to deal with the confusion, and hopefully we don't hit ourselves. Yay, we didn't hit ourselves! Hooray! RNG was on my side! I overprepared! Hooray! We win! Right, which means we've done all the gyms, which means we'll have now got access to the Elite Four, which we won't be going to immediately because they'll be in the late 50s, early 60s. I will not be. At least, besides my starter, which actually is already of level, which actually means Masquerada outside of the Camwa and and the Clodside, because it tears into pure ground, actually beats up Rika quite well. Actually, just murders all of them. Maybe not the Donphan necessarily, because it does have Sturdy, which means it'll get a move in. But I'll probably want to have a Water type up front up for Camwa. Poppy's Steel types are just going to be painful no matter what, because Steel is painful. Larry's Flying types, Electric will do a good job. And an Altaria that doesn't tower, so maybe a Fairy will also be useful in that one. And of course the Dragons, where Ice murders, Ice murders, Ice murders, Ice super murders, Ice somewhat murders because Excalibur's Ice typing, but then it tears into just pure Dragon. So now every Pokemon of every level in the game will now listen to me, upon getting caught. Which means every area in the game we have yet to actually achieve is now accessible to us in terms of where they are in the routes. Also, we get Ice Spinner. I love how happy Toddle is. It's a happy Pokemon. Yeah. And we like happy Pokemon. Now, probably still should be swept with a funny set of Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Sunny Day, and Weather Ball on Bronzong. I think it will be Pure Steel, so weak to Fire. Electric Steel, so weak to Fire, but has Sturdy, so got to kill on that one. Steel Psychic, so weak to Fire. Flying Steel, the Flying typing might help, but... And then... I'll tell you what though, that Tinkaton, level 58 Tinkaton, having a base 240 attack Gigaton Hammer due to being a Steel type, ooh, that is brutal. No wonder it's balanced by having shit attack stat. That is the weirdest thing about Tinkaton. It's only got base 75 attack, which you'd think it'd be higher. Yes, Gita, I will head immediately to the thing. Okay, but Yosem says that, and you boost your defense with iron defense. Well, it's a strategy for us to consider in the future once we're actually going to the Pokemon League. We will not be doing that just yet. We will be doing the rest of the stuff before that because they are higher level. But yeah, you know, it's good that we're at this point where we can start thinking about the Pokemon League, which is kind of cool. Every area in the game is now accessible to me outside the bits that require me the ability to climb up things, which also means I could go Blueberry ? And catch something there, catch stuff there if I can just take out Lacey's team. I don't think that set would work against the full strand tile. Yeah, obviously. Also, I have yet to go into the forest in Kitakami, so I should probably add that as a location. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. So, in terms of areas, there's all the areas we have been. There's also Timeless Woods in Kitakami at the moment that we can also go into and just encounter and do anything we decide to. So yeah, the water typing means that it's not going to be as bad with that and all that. And right, let's clean up our team for a moment and consider our options for our next encounter that I think will be capable of doing the next big fight that we've got level wise would be not Tatsugiri, because Tatsugiri's level 57. Ortega and his fairy types. He has 4 of them in total: Azumarill, Wigglytuff, Dachshund, and Weatheroom. And it's a huge power Azumarill, so it's got a bunch of physical attacks, because of course it does. Wigglytuff, my beloved. Dachshund, my beloved. Weatheroom, my newly beloved. I mean, to be fair, shiny. But it does get the unique aspect being a fairy type, so Still Poison. Still and Poison are super effective against fairies, so Weatheroom, you're still in the team. I want my squad back on the team though. For the moment, just because it will help us out. Honestly, Gyarados has done quite a useful thing. Medicham will. Oh god, we're on to box 2. I just want to sort out everything, so we'll just move Pokemon onto box 2 for the moment, just to. So even Ogerpon I'll put in box 2 for the moment. Right, so Weatheroom obviously. Now we just want to check the stuff. So yeah, Azumarill's weak to Poison, Grass, and Electric, and then Wigglytuff and Dachshund and Weatheroom will all be weak to Poison and Steel. So realistically speaking, we do have to be careful though, as Dachshund does have moves that are apparently 4 times effective. So that's great. Actually, yeah, if it wasn't for Mud Slap, it's Mud Slap. The only thing that it's got that's good against the Poison Steel types is Mud Slap. Huh. So yeah, Bronzong, come on in. This team is horrible. Like, Dachshund, yeah, has Crunch, so gotta be careful on that one. But Bronzong, come back in. When would you be able to serve against Wigglytuff by using Taunt Runs by Move Reminder to prevent Charm? Yes, we gotta do that to prevent. Yeah, we have to use Taunt to prevent Charm. That would be a thing. And that'll, yeah. 2 Pokemon in a row have Charm, so Taunt is gonna be a requirement basically. Right, so yeah, I want Bronzong on the team. Poison types as a whole would be lovely, but we don't really have much in terms of that. Oh wait, hold on. We do. We have a Glimmora. We can use Glimmora. It's level 35. But we could use a Glimmora. Poison over just constantly going the Steel route. But at the same time, there's not much more Poison type could do except die to Aqua Tail. Realistically, looking at the moves. So maybe not. Ogerpon's not really going to be all too useful, because at the end of the day, Azumarill we can open up with Masquerada, but at the same time... See, here's the thing, I put Masquerada on the thing, but at the same time, play rough, everything. Let's face it. Fungus is an option instead. Yeah, Masquerada kinda bad. Fungus, probably better, because its poison typing is useful, and obviously its grass typing is also good against the Azumarill, and obviously level it up to be able to get Spore, because, you know, that would be a useful thing. So now we just need to consider our options as a whole. Really, it's just Poison and Steel types. Like, seriously, like, if I just go launching in with, like, all my Steel shenanigans, and pardon me, swapping out Gyarados for Glimora. Like, outside the Azumarill, Glimora is able to do stuff as well. So I just need to now level at least Fungus and Glimora. Do not want to set Weather Room against Azumarill since Huge Power Azu hits hard. It is Huge Power and it has Aqua Tail, so yeah, that's the thing. That is honestly, yeah. Which is why if we sort out leveling up a bunch of our stuff, that'll be useful. So if I put Polion up front, we can wet the Lycan Box again in Area 1. No, not in North Province Area 1. Every other Pokemon doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't really seem that way. Or we could even... Oh, actually, we could go into Castle Lake at this point. Let's... And I have Quick Balls. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about getting murdered. So what we'll do, while we've got our mission objective of leveling up 2 Pokemon, we'll go around and see what we can get in other areas. So, Pacing Point, Castle Royale Lake, now we'll actually go there. We're not going to go too close to the Tatsugiris yet, but that's a point, the Tatsugiris. Their Dragon Water Box is... Ooh, I almost ran right into a Flamingo. That would not be worthwhile in the slightest. But we do have to be careful with the waters, as Faluzas are all over the place and will swarm you if you're not careful. Tatsugiris as a whole as well. Dragonite's encounter, but I'm pretty sure it's Giga overleveled at that point. Yeah. Oh, we did get Rototoad because we are on the lake. We don't have to worry too much about the actual Titan one because the way it works, you have to find the one that actually is saying Titan. Arvin even's like, oh, it could be that it just says I'm a Titan. Yeah, if only. And it's like, yes, if only. We can find various different Pokemon on the different bits. Obviously, there are Tatsugiris around if you really want them. The Teeny is available at this point at level 52, so it's really close to evolving. Really, really close to evolving all the way up to Dragonite. But you know, Dragonite. I love me Dragonite. Hey look, it's Nuzlocke. Probably not that useful, actually. Actually, no, it'd be useful against dragons. But we'd have to rely on getting Huge Power. The Maros were about to attack and I had to move. We could try and go onto one of the other islands on the lake, but we have to be careful. Gyarados dupes claws, thankfully. But hey, look, Dragonair. A Dragonair in the sea of Dragonite. Dratinis. Oh, hello, Gyarados. I'm so... Well, Polion gets to swim. I do like that more Pokemon actually do swim. But we don't have to worry about Gyarados being in our way, at least. I want to break a window. I want to break a window. I said that Faluzas will swarm. And lo and behold, one does! Fuck! Sake! Right, next place we go to that we can get an encounter win. Oh, now the Dragonair comes back up. Next place I go to, we are going for the first fucking thing I like the idea of. Because, fuck's sake, what a Psychic. Psychic does nothing. How many Pokemon at this point will have Dark moves as coverage? It is higher than you would like them to be. I know, of course it didn't stay in the ball. And it has Psycho Cut. Which, won't do too much because still, but... Like, seriously. And water. I have too many water types as it is. I mean, sure, I'll happily have the power of water types against, say, Rika's team of ground types, but when it comes down to it, it's a little silly that I'm having to deal with this still to such an extent. I should probably put this one back on the team after this, just to level off of water types here, but if it doesn't stay in, I can always be like, oh no, I accidentally killed. Oh no, okay, we got it. We caught it. The loser's been caught. I haven't sorted out this bit, but yeah, we got in the team currently we have got Empoleon, which now wants to learn Drill Peck. Drill Peck's a decent move. Shame it uses its inferior physical attacking stat. And there's Dragonair over there just looking, and I would prefer that. Just because it wouldn't be... I mean, to be fair, Falooza, not a bad Pokemon. I've actively used Falooza in the past, and I have had fun using one. It's just, it's not fun having to encounter a billion of them in this lake. So yeah, this entire lake's now useless. Outside of leveling. So we'll get out of the water before I finish sorting out the thing on the tracker, because they're both better than Brookfish. Yeah, that's true. Brookfish is a lot worse. So we currently have on the team that, and we've put our Glamorwa on the team. There we go. So yeah, so I can swap out a Pokemon like Bronzong for Masquerada for leveling. I will do that in no time though, because now I'm just going to go and find the Shortcut Trail, because I'm sad. There's a lot of good encounters here on this lake, and it's like Falooza is like the one that just constantly assaults you, and it's just like, unless you want Tinglu, Tinglu, I'm not sure. Dark Ground, I'm not sure if that's worthwhile. Also, I need to find all the states, which I think would not be doable until I've got the Tatsugiri fight done. Oh, hey, look, Swallow. No, what? I can't say, oh, there's plenty of good encounters, and then say a Pokemon that isn't the best, ideally. But look, it's a Vaporeon. I mean, it's not the worst encounter because of Lakes and Tropius, I think. I mean, yeah, it's just annoying when you get swarmed by them. What's in here? One stuff, baby. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. Hop. Hello, Ruins. This person's heard the rumors. It must be true. The copy pasta of Vaporeon. It truly is. No, I wanted it to be false. I always thought that it would be Glaceon instead. No, wait, no. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, anyway, heading to Swordcat Trail. I don't know why that copy pasta got spread around a bunch more in terms of compatibility with Vaporeon and humans. Like, it just seems like, why are we now accepting the ideas of furry porn being more widespread? Like, why are we doing this to ourselves? Don't we have better things to murder our minds with, like a good old cup of bleach? That's my train of logic. Like, bleach is always the better mind killer. Hell, just start vaping. That'll kill your mind quicker. I say, having had vaped before. Don't know why. Oh wait, no, I do know why. I thought nicotine might help relieve my stress. I like my mushrooms, but don't scroll! Don't scroll, you bitch! You bitch! You! I like Toad Scroll. At least it's one I like. At least it's a Pokemon I enjoy having. But yeah, Swordcat Trail would have been Tinglu, but of course I have to go and be an idiot near a Toadstool without realizing it. At least we caught it immediately because, you know, it's a pre-evolved Pokemon. But yes, Toadscroll. It has Muscly and Might. It means it will always act more slowly when using a status maneuver, but these moves will be unimpeded by the abilities of the target. Get your account in North Province Area 2, Trust. We can encounter a number of Pokemon there. We can encounter a list of Pokemon. Oh, we could find potentially Silas. That'd be neat. So, yeah, this is another Pokemon which could be useful in a way. Its ground typing is not so good against the... It's not so good for the water types we'll be fighting, but hey, you know, it's hard. Ah, dealing. Specifically auto-me dealing, but, you know. I mean, the dealing Pokemon solely looks the way it does. Oh, no. Oh, no. I need to switch. I need to switch now. Because we didn't flee. Bonsong, take the Solar Beam. There we go. Right, okay. Well, as I was saying, dealing. It's a decent idea of a Pokemon built around the different seasons that were built into the Black and White games. Which, don't really built that much. Oh, we are slightly underleveled. That would explain this. I mean, we could use Toedscool to an extent. It would guarantee score plays on every Pokemon practically. Other than Pokemon that obviously then just immediately wake up anyway. Like, that's the thing with Western Might. It's like, cool, you can put to sleep a Kamala. Kamala immediately wakes up because of its ability. It's like, yeah, the ability doesn't stop you from putting it to sleep in the first place. It doesn't mean that it will remain asleep. So, anyways, while we're here, we have actually gotten another claim to our Pokédex. Which is some XP Candy Airs! That's useless. That's actually really bad. No, it's not in the slightest. Dealings! Complete the trilogy of bad counters. I really want to say that you should get Spidops in North Province Area 2. I don't know, that feels way too mean. I would rather die. Spidops would be, like, might as well just go into battle and get it murdered immediately by a nearby Cypher if I did that. Like quite literally. We could have had Fortress. You know, Fortress has self-destruct. I'd rather not fight a Fortress, to be honest, actually. I was about to say, like, oh, we could always go for a Fortress. But, you know, that... as well as it's a Gen 2 Mon made in Gen 9. It really is. Hell, in some cases, I'd actually argue Ariados is the better Pokemon, because at least Toxic Threads is a guaranteed poison and speed down on a Pokemon. Whereas Spidops... I mean, I have a shiny one, and that's cool, but at the same time, also not cool because, yeah. This counts as Category Lake. This part of the mountain does, apparently. I'm not sure how I take that. There is a tunnel. Ah. Ironhead. That's not tough as a TM. So it does get a shit ton of utility moves, but it has negative stats. Yeah, it just... Like, it's cool for a utility Pokemon to exist, and yeah, obviously you don't want them to be able to just sweep after using the utility, but when you're a utility Pokemon, you need, like, the health of a Blissey. You need the high defenses. You do not need attack, but you also need speed. Being able to outspeed so you can set up utility better. Utility should exist. Like, that's the thing. It's like, obviously, comparatively speaking, like, if it didn't exist, then it'd be worse. Then there'd be worse situations, really. The number of times where utility Pokemon can be useful. But, yeah, Spidops it just doesn't help in any fight, because the ones you'd want them in. Like, get this thing, like, 105 speed and can actually do stuff. Oh, yeah, like, if they buffed Spidops to be a little bit stronger in speed, it would improve it. And then people might be going like, oh, you know what, it's got a niche that it fulfills, and that would be it. Instead of it being no, just don't bother, just literally catch anything else. But it is you do get it at the start of the game as Tarantula. So I understand Game Freak's idea of probably just being like, well, you see, it's an early game bug type. It's gonna be what it is. Catch a Scatterbug. Like, catch a Scatterbug if you're going to catch a bug at that point in the game. You would just be better off with a Scatterbug, because Pavilion at least has something to it. not necessarily a good thing, but it'd be better. Right, okay, let's head over to Area 2, to North Province's Areas 2. So yeah, now at the Pokemon League we get the Mona symbol to do with changing the Pokemon League. Hooray! Right, Area 2. If we do our moves right, we could maybe find something useful. Maybe we could even go into the more grassy area. I'll heal up first because Primplet did take a little bit of a beating. And again, if I need to switch to a Pokemon that's more suited for taking out a bunch of level 50 Pokemon real easily to level up some of these Pokemon, that'll be obviously a thing. Like, they should have given this thing the Locates treatment where its stats kind of suck but it can do stuff because it enhances its practicability. Locates, yeah, Locates has a use in your main story fights. That it can do stuff with its type against Pokemon that its types are effective against. Whereas, oh wait, we can't go to most of this area because it's going to be tied behind. We'll see what we can do because. Whoa. Hello, Luxways. There is the watery bit over there, but that's about it. Give spiders over a better speed sample Prankster. Ooh, yeah, Prankster would be a good idea actually for it. Because that would be beneficial. I wonder. Is there stuff behind the waterfall? It looks like there might be, but no, it's stuff in front of it. No, there isn't. I don't know what I was thinking. I think that Farlings wants to fight me. Is there any part of Area 2 we can go to that isn't this bamboo forest? That wouldn't then just be us going back into Area 1. Because I just can't find anything here that I want to get. And there's the terror slacking, but that's more just because of the terror. Because that path bit leads out to Area 1, so... it's a shame Bishop's going to be not so useful in most fights, really, that have any fighting maneuvers in them. What can we get? Of course we already have. Cypher's not going to be able to evolve unless we're able to get into Pooh for Cleaver, because I can't evolve it into Caesar. Luxray's dupes claws, and at that point I just know what my shins. Arswing's normal typing doesn't help it. Dratini's are about, but again, Dragon's not the most favourable. Realistically, this area's not got much that's all that useful, really. I mean, Axiom, I'll have it. Ah, I found something worse than Spidops! Cricketop! I mean, yeah, if we're able to... I mean, yeah, probably. Behold, we're back in North Province Area 1 in this more rocky bit. Is there just no way to Area 2 without climbing? Yeah, there's no way into Area 2 unless we purposely go into the fighting base. Unless there's a way to climb up, but there isn't really, because that side's a big steep bit. We need to fight the Tatsugiri, I think, before we can safely get an encounter here that I'd want. Area 3, similarly, there's the ferry base there, and then that's pretty much takes up most of the area, so... I think we're... outside of those two north provinces, I think we're practically... because there's Area 0, and technically the Pokemon League area, and then that's it. For encounters. I think we've got pretty much all the Pokemon we can get outside of Timeless Woods. So I'll head over... so we can head over there at least. We'll head over there. Do what we can. And it has gotten really warm in here. Take off But not shut. Get bit turned to 0.03 so you can trade it for the Hornet that actually falls in the Vincia. Oh, that's true. If we can get, if Pichurchin is able to be gotten there, then that would be an option. We'd be able to get Gengar. It's an option. Would Gengar be useful though? I mean, its poison typing is useful against the fairies. It doesn't have Levitate anymore, sadly, which means it is weak to ground. The option is there. No, hello, random Seedot in Kit County Wilds. This is not an encounter we can have. It's just random Seedot. Also, Gengar gets shit on Pokemon moves like Encore and Part Nuzlocke. Yeah, Gengar's good. Gengar is a good Pokemon. It's a shame they got rid of the Levitate. No, it really is. It just having an immunity to ground is lovely, and they stopped it, and it's like, oh. So it's not going to be good in the Elite Four, at least initially, because all of Rika's Pokemon will murder it. But looking at what we've got going on before that, though, Timeless Woods, I've come for an encounter. Now, where's a good encounter? I see Grubbins. I see Apoms. Where's the good encounters? I see Bleeding Stantlers. Thankfully, some of this is Duke's Balls. Oh, hey, look, Howie. Psychic Fairy? Psychic Fairy? Psychic Fairy? That's something I'm typing. There's a TM here. Ah, substitute. Maybe we'll do that substitute play after all then. Against more Hex. Man, you love the hexing in this, don't you? I see people talk about, like, specifically when it comes to Scooby-Doo, the Hex sisters, and how that was an awakening. It's like, really? I mean, as an adult, sure, I get it, but as a kid, I didn't get that at all. This is like, yay, people who are friendly, hooray! Maybe that's how, maybe that's just how it was. Like, not everyone will think immediately, oh, what's in here? Oh yeah, just more. Yo, where chance of King Gambit? Over there, there's a King Gambit. You could actually get a King Gambit. That's real well, actually. But it's not worth it. That's the only downside. God, these Pokemon are not the best. One star Sentret. Yeah, sure, game. I'll go for the Sentret then. Phantom's a trade evolution. See, Armados is Duke's Claws, but has it? But there you go. I'll not to that idea. Oh, Halloween's an option. Mimikyu's an option. Again. Psychic Fairy, Psychic Fairy, Psychic Fairy. I don't know, I'm stumped on that idea actually a little bit. Part of me likes the idea of the dark fairiness of Windstorm a bit as well. Ooh, Phantom Force. Not a bad option either. Ooh. It's actually a bit peaceful just being in an area like this. So there's Dimps, there's more rooms we can catch. There's Volantis into Volantis if we want grass type. Not really though. We've got plenty of grass for my liking. Where's that? Yeah, your options are either Hatwin, Mimikyu, Bishop, and King Gambit because everything else is Biot. That's bad. Yeah, I'm looking and it's just, or dude, yeah, I'm looking around and it's like me. Even Pikachu's like not good. Because even after Thunderstone, it's a Raichu. Raichu's stats are not good. Like Obviously, a Alolan Raichu at least would have the luxury of. So, yeah, if the Kingambit's still... No, it's not there. That would have been an option. Oh well. Yeah, Mikyu's an option. I'm using Grimmsnarl. But... as an option, but... yeah, Halloween's probably not a bad idea either. Ooh. No idea what's in the grass there. Ah, Grubbin. That would be duped, so that wouldn't be too bad. I've seen the Hatterines all over the place, but there's a Hatchrim at the very least. Hello, Hatchrim. Do you know where the Hatterines went, Hatchrim? I'm gonna take that as a no. Final catch. Well. And then we just need to like level up once and then become Hatchery. So, real easy. And we caught. I've given up on nicknames at this point. I really have. And it's not, because at the end of the day, nicknames aren't mandatory, it's just probably for the best. Ingrain is a healing maneuver where they can't switch out anymore, but they restore health every time. We'll refrain for the moment. I don't like the idea of not being able to switch. But Hattrem. R1 is specifically attack up, speed down. It's brave. No wonder it's chasing me. It was a brave one. Again, put in the box for a moment, because, I mean, Psychic Fairy, that's not bad. We'll probably use it against the Tatsugiri, maybe? I don't know. It's an option. Which means now we've gotten the last encounter we can here, that's done. We can in the Kitakami region. Everything else here is now just dead in the water for me, quite literally. So, pardon me, we're back. So back to area 1 for the moment. We gotta optimize. This is the annoying thing. I need to optimize my team efficiently for the fights we've got. Sadly, this means we're just going to spend however long it takes for me to grind every time at this point. It's just... it's wearing me a bit thin. I'll admit, the grinding is wearing me a bit thin. That's like, okay, let's spend an hour grinding, okay, now we've got to spend another hour grinding another load of Pokemon for this one, and we're going to have to do that to try and counter everything in Elite Four, and it's going to be like, we're going to have to get them up to higher numbers every time, like, even right now, outside of Tega's team being 50-51 with Dash Bond, I'm then gonna have to level them up nearer to 60, and for the Pokemon that we haven't been having on the team at all times, that's gonna take a while. And I don't know, I think I'm burning out on Pokemon. I think I'm actually burning out on it. I'm gonna save and get off for now. Like, what we've got planned for Ortega should be fine. The Steel and Poison stuff will do well. We just need to level up Fungus and Glamora, and then they'll be useful, and then they can still be useful on any fights that they happen to be good on, other than this. But then I'm going to have to try and get a team that's able to fight Airy, and even if Miss Magius works as intended, I'm going to need other Pokemon that are prepared to be able to handle being backup in case something goes wrong. And I don't know, I think there's part of me that still doesn't want to do the fighting Team Star base ever again just because of the rage I had last time. On the Scarlet playthrough.